In today's video, I'll take you to an incised meander in Yellow River where the yin and the yang diagram was believed to be invented. It's in the middle of Loess Plateau. In this video, I'll compile the footage of different places in Loess Plateau to give you a full picture of this unique landscape in China. I'll also explain why Yellow River is the most sediment-loaded river in the world and how that has contributed to the collectivism of Chinese. The Yellow River helps you understand Chinese people.
Hello, I'm Yan Yan. Today I travel to Qiankun Bend, an incised meander in Yellow River near the town of Yanchuan. This place reminds me of the Horseshoe Bend in the US that I've been to many years ago.
The marks left by the meandering stream is visible on the slopes. There is a small island in the middle of the river. Although tourists can take a cruise to the island, it actually belongs to another province. This part of the Yellow River is the border of Shanxi and Shanxi provinces. The pronunciation of these two provinces are very tricky. Shanxi and Shanxi. You know, in Chinese we have four accents: ma, 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 ma. So shan, 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 shan. Shanxi, the first accent, is that province. Shanxi, the third accent, is this province. Can you guys do that? I believe Chinese is easy to pronounce, especially compared with the r in many other languages. This is Shanxi province. This is Shanxi province. This section of the Yellow River serves as the border of the two provinces. Qiankun Bend is located here, and I was standing in the west side of the Yellow River in this video. Now can you identify where is Shanxi province and where is Shanxi province from this angle? Shanxi province here, Shanxi province here, and here. The island in the middle belongs to Shanxi province, but is rented out to Shanxi province. The landscape of this area is very unique. The soil is believed to be the most highly arable on Earth. In order to explain what it means to be highly arable, I filmed this footage. See how loose the soil is? I could crush it easily. This area is part of Loess Plateau, which is the red area on the map. It is covered with up to 300 meters of fine wind-blown soil. That's what turned the Yellow River yellow. In the resort I was staying right next to the Qiankun Bend, there is a newly excavated hill without any plants covering it. It was raining in the morning. The water has soaked the soil. Quite a lot of soil was taken away by the water. Rainwater like this in Loess Plateau would go to small rivers which finally converge into the Yellow River. Each year, millions of tons of soil are carried away by the river. Because the soil is so loose, you would never find grottos in Loess Plateau. Even Michelangelo would not be able to carve anything in the hills here. Only one thing can be carved though. Inhabitants historically carved their houses in the loess soil. These kind of residence in Loess Plateau is called yaodong, which literally means house cave. I've been to Loess Plateau in my other videos. Hequ County, where the Yellow River meets the Great Wall, is located at the northern edge of the plateau. The island in the middle of the river is formed by the soil from the river. The abandoned houses in the island are yaodong, although they are not carved in the hills. This is another type of yaodong built with the soil. Hangu Pass is located at the southern edge of the plateau. The pass is actually a crack in the plateau, and in that video, I explained why 2,000 years ago that crack was the only way to get past the plateau to enter the inner pass plain. Qikou is also in Loess Plateau, a little bit north to the Qiankun Bend on the other side of the river. In that video, I went inside a yaodong and show you what a typical yaodong looks like. About 3 kilometers away from the observation point of the Qiankun Bend, there is a zigzag boardwalk going down from the top of the cliff to the riverbank.
This path along the cliff is going to take us down to the dock by the river. There's a secret cave in the cliff. Let's go see what's inside.
This is supposed to be marks left by prehistoric humans. It is believed that Fu Xi, a figure in Chinese mythology who is viewed as the very beginning ancestor of Chinese people, once observed stars here. It was also him who invented the 8 diagrams in Chinese mythology, and people believe he invented here. Not sure if that's true, but Qiankun Bend does look like a yin and yang diagram from this angle. He could have been inspired by this thing.
This looks like the prehistoric people's balcony. This is part of the Grand Qingjing Canyon. In spring and autumn period, which was about 4th century BC, on the other side of the river there was a kingdom called Jing, and on this side a kingdom called Qin. There are many marriages between the royal families of those two kingdoms. Therefore, in Chinese, we have a congratulatory expression on weddings to maintain a lifelong alliance like Qin and Jing. But in fact, those marriages in history were not out of love. They were all political arrangements.
The distance of the boardwalk is 1 kilometer. The end is the riverbank and the dock named after Fu Xi. The Yellow River was not only the cradle of Chinese civilization, it also forged the collectivism characteristic of Chinese people. A heavy sediment load results in clogged channels. As a result, the Yellow River region has been hit by floods frequently. The sediment load also results in the rise of riverbed. The riverbed of the lower reaches of the Yellow River is 3 to 10 meters above the ground. Therefore, the Yellow River is called a river suspended in the sky. In history, the lower reach of the Yellow River changed course frequently. It wandered up and down several hundred kilometers of coastline. The floods caused widespread famine and deaths of tens of thousands of people. Yellow River management was a mega project during any time in history. It involved constant dredging the riverbeds and strengthening the levees, and it could only be achieved with centralized planning and organized effort. Everybody likes individualism and the freedom that comes with it. But with the threat of repeated and massively destructive floods from a major river hanging above the ground, Chinese people chose collectivism to fight floods and, in essence, to survive. Just like bio-gene, the culture gene passed on generation after generation. Notice the trees in the riverbank. Actually, they're all over the hills here. Years ago, China started an aggressive ecological restoration project that guided people to plant trees and shrubs to cover the slopelands previously used for farming. And it is not only in Qiankun Bend. Trees are planted everywhere across the Loess Plateau. I apologize for the shaky footage. It was filmed on my way to the Qiankun Bend, and it was really bumpy in the bus. But I decided to include them in this video to give you the first-hand image of what the Loess Plateau looks like today. Pretty much all covered by trees and very green. Consequently, the sediment load of the Yellow River has decreased a lot in recent years. I'm Yan Yan. I make videos about sites of interest in China and histories and stories behind them. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.